Yeah. Fucking shit.
The
I mean, I should be happy about this because they'd be like, I told you, but that's okay.
Is this the Fantastic Four news?
Yeah.
All right, so we actually got more reports this week about Fantastic Four and kind of what was going on set. And it just seems to be a conglomeration of shit. The guy, from all reports, Josh Trank,
Mm-hmm.
was not ready to direct a big movie.
Ew.
His last movie was, I think, a budget of like 12 million or something like that, or maybe less, or maybe a little bit more. But he wasn't ready. They gave him this huge budgeted movie. He obviously freaked out. He had some personal problems going on.
Yeah.
I saw where he did like $100,000 damage to this person's house in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I mean, just all kinds of other things. He had kind of had some arguments with the movie studio. He built like a tent around his viewing footage
Mm-hmm.
of the movie, what was going on. He didn't really accept input in the film. And the biggest thing, that kind of, to me, says that he was kind of to blame for this movie, was he sent out a email to everybody like a couple of days before the movie released, and said how it was an amazing comic book movie and how it was better than pretty much any other comic book movie out there. So he can't blame the studio as much as he wanted to. Maybe they had a hand in this problem by giving it to him, but
Right.
he obviously thought he had gold on his hands, after he got done with it, and it definitely didn't turn out to be as good as he thought it did. And I was reading where they were talking to some people that actually worked on set, and they said, if they really believed in this guy, they originally they thought kind of like he was going to be like the next J.J. Abrams or whatever. But they said, you don't take somebody from like a $12 million budget to like 100 million, or I think it was like 150 for this movie, or 140.
Right.
You don't take them that big of a jump up. You give them something, kind of groom them, get them prepared for, and obviously they kind of just it was something that they threw together. I was also reading because they didn't want to lose the rights to Fantastic Four.
Right.
They had to rush it out, and when you rush stuff, you're not going to get a good product. This is something that they should have been seeing. They should have had it on their calendar. Like, look, we need to start getting ready to do something with Fantastic Four. We're going to lose the rights. That's not something that like, oh shit, we got to start with it by next month, or
Right.
we're going to lose the rights or whatever. So it just seems to be a clusterfuck all around.
Oh
On
no,
that
I
one.
agree. I'm hoping that this is the final nail in the coffin where 20th Century Fox can let this go. I mean, I think they've lost so much fucking money on this thing that it's unsavable. I mean, even with DVD and Blu-ray sales, they're not going to make their money back. They're so far in the damn red on this thing that I'm hoping that this can be the last straw where they can be like, okay, we obviously cannot make this profitable. It's time to sell this back to Marvel. I mean, sell it back to Marvel and maybe recoup some of your costs. 'Cause
Right.
I know Marvel's got the money, by themselves. Even if they didn't, they got Disney behind them, so they got the cash to say like, all right, we'll give you like $500 million for the rights back. And when you know that when they bring it back in house at Marvel, that A, it'll be done right, and B, you can connect it to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is
Right.
just fucking win-win right there, man. We could see the Avengers and the Fantastic Four in the same movie. So I really hope that is the one blessing in disguise of this whole thing, that the 20th Century Fox's career with the Fantastic Four hopefully is over with, that they realize that they cannot make a good one, they don't know what they're doing because they don't have Marvel behind them, and that they just let it fucking go.